When I begin drawing this ear, I'm going to map out not only the box or the area that the ear defines, but I'm also going to start marking in the outside shape of the ear and kind of where that hairline sits. Only after I get those correct am I going to go through and do the details. Remember to practice general to specific. Once I then have both of those correct, working from those details, I'm now going to start mapping in my dark values. I like mapping in these dark values first because it allows me not to lose those light pencil lines that I drew when I'm trying to place in this big value. I don't want to lose the edges of what I already drew. Sometimes you'll see me map in big placement values. That might be the highlight of that area. You might also see me mapping in some of my crisp, dark edges. I'm practicing letting them fade. Just because it's dark in this area doesn't mean it's the same dark the whole time. So I'm practicing creating those blended values and letting them morph from one value to another as I continue through the shading. Right now, I'm only focusing on my skin tone. Once I get the ear completely finished, then I'm going to move on and do the hair. But for right now, I'm just focusing on the skin. Another thing that you're going to notice as I continue to shade is that when I do my skin, I'm going to go into the area of the hair a little bit. That's going to be because some of those hair will overlap the skin, and I don't want to have to go back through and put skin value between these little hairs. So I'm going to map in the entire hair section instead. And the more of my ear that I get done, the more I'm going to go back and reassess my values. Is this dark enough? Did I add enough detail? Where do I need to add more divots or more highlights? I'm always going to be rechecking my work. Just because I drew it in the first time doesn't mean I got it right the first time. A lot of times when you're drawing, you're going to notice that your values look really good, and then as you get the areas around them done, they might not be good enough. Now that I'm working on the big hair, I'm going to put in the place value, but I'm going to let the pencil strokes of my pencil mimic that of the direction that the hair is going. After I place in those big values of the hair, I'm going to see if that changes or alters my skin values at all. Finally, I'm going to take my dark 4B pencil, make it really, really sharp, and I'm just going to blend in and put on top a few extra layers of hair texture. I'm going to try to match the direction and length of the lines from the hair on the photo on the left and my drawing on the right. Also notice how hair will sometimes go over the ear in places or over the skin around the ear.